And well, Siddaramaiah will have his task cut out during the fourth day of the Assembly session today. The Chief Minister will have to respond to several tough questions raised by the opposition. BJP's DS Veeraya will ask the Chief Minister what action has been taken against the corrupt officials who were raided by the Lokayukta. While Bharati Shetty will want to question if the government will increase the water tariff based on BWSSB's proposal. Also, several other questions to be put forth before the Chief Minister are by Patel Shivaram, who wants to ask what measures have been taken to curb illegal sand mining. Besides, the Home Minister KG George will also be asked what action has been taken to curb irregularities in prison. Some tough questions to be posed to the Chief Minister. What is the kind of answers that he will come up with will be interesting to watch. It has been over a year since Siddaramaiah took charge as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. So, what about all these grave problems? How much of an effort has been made by the government to solve these grave issues, or at least come to a conclusion or a consensus on the matter, whether it is the issue of illegal sand mining, or whether it is the issue of irregularities in prison, or whether it is the issue of how the infrastructure is developing in Bengaluru, or how the corrupt officials in Lokayukta are corrupt babus are being punished who have been raided by the Lokayukta. Now, these are the questions being raised, but what is the kind of answers that the Chief Minister will provide? Well, we have to wait and watch. Well, scams to the tune of crores of rupees is not new in government departments, but now even the education department has fallen prey to it.
Teachers in Bidar have taken it upon themselves to buy textbooks for their students. Each teacher travels every day to secure textbooks for their students so that they can carry on with their classes. Though the BEO allots money as travel expense to each of these teachers, none know where the money has vanished. Teachers spend their own money to travel and fetch books for their students.
ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಪಠ್ಯ ಪುಸ್ತಕಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಾಲೂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬೇಡಿಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 1ನೇ ತರಗತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 1 to 10th ವರೆಗೆ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅನುದಾನಿತ ಶಾಲೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಗೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕಚೇರಿಯಿಂದನೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೂಮ್ನಂತೆ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
BEO, based on the number of students in their jurisdiction, sends money through demand draft to the respective block education office. The BEO in turn is expected to disperse the money to respective schools. But it is alleged that many in the office are not allowing for the money to be distributed. This is not the first time such an irregularity has surfaced in Bidar BEO, but it is appalling that scams have not spared even the education department. At the same time, kudos to the teachers who are spending their own money to get textbooks for their students. Shivanand Hiremath for News9, Bidar.
Well, wonder why people do not pay heed to repeated warnings and still choose to put their lives at risk? Well, call it basic human instinct or an overdose of adrenaline. But such people are proving to be a menace for lifeguards deployed at the Karavali coastline.
A calm and serene beach. Visitors staring endlessly at the waves and enjoying their quiet time. There could be no better form of recreation than spending some time at the beach. The picture here seems perfect except for the lifeguards and police personnel who seem to be sticking out like a sore thumb. Wondering why so many personnel have been deployed on a site as harmless as a beach? Well, that is simply to watch over these happy visitors who should not have stepped into the sea in the first place.
ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಪ್ರವಾಸಿಗರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಂಡ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಹಾಸನ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೋಷಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಈಗ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಅಲೆಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತು ಸತ್ತು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಣೆ ಯಾರು? ನಾವು ಲೈಫ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನವ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಆಗಿ ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Yes, all thanks to the monsoon, the sea has become turbulent near the Karavali shoreline. As a result, authorities have stepped into an overdrive trying to keep visitors out of the deadly water. Despite repeated warnings, these thrill seekers can't seem to stay out of the sea.
तो ये काफ़ी ब्यूटीफुल जगह है पर अभी काफ़ी लहरें चल रही हैं यहाँ पे, तो थोड़ा सा डर भी लग रहा है, लेकिन बाकी तो ये बहुत अच्छी जगह है और यहाँ सेफ्टी भी है.
Little do they realize that they are putting their life at risk in exchange for a few moments of pleasure. And thanks to their lack of self-control, these personnel have a tough time patrolling the beaches. Several people have lost their life by not paying heed to the repeated warnings. If that is not reason enough to stay out of these waters, then what is? Arabilachi Yogaraj, News 9, Udupi.
Well, Karnataka is known for its handicrafts, among others, but now handicraft artists are finding it a Herculean task to continue with their profession. Here's a report.
Look at the precision with which the artist is carving. He is one of the many talented handicraft artists in our state. Their work is awesome, their talent is worth emulating, but their lives are dead opposite. Unlike their awe-inspiring work, their lives are literally pitiable. The state has created a handicrafts development corporation to look after these handicraft artists. In Bengaluru alone, there are 150 artists who work with sandalwood to chisel such wonderful articles. These artists have been allotted their names in the corporation as per the rules. 8 kgs of sandalwood has to be given to them every month. But that is not the case. Annually, the corporation gives them 1 or 2 kgs of sandalwood. And if the officials are questioned, they just play it down by saying sandalwood trees are on the decline in the state. That is not the only grouse for these people. Way back in 1996, the state government had sanctioned 20 acres of land near Begur, asking the board to build houses for them. But this too has not happened.
ತೊಂದರೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಹೇಳೋದಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗಲೇ ನೀವೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಈ ಮನೆಗೇನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಉಸಿರಾಡೋಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗು ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು.
That apart, the articles these people create are generally exhibited at the Kaveri Emporium. But now prominence is being given to machine-made articles. These artists fear that their work will soon decline if such apathy exists. The artists even find it difficult to feed their families. All that he said that these issues would be discussed in the board meeting on the 28th of this month. Maltesh, News9, Bengaluru.
And moving on now, a beautiful painting on a wall or on the bare back of a model has become quite common these days, but a Turkish artist's miniature paintings will keep you stunned as these are made on something very unusual.
No surface is too small for Turkish artist Hasan Kale to play with different colors and make beautiful paintings. Kale, who is from Istanbul, has been painting beautiful scenes from his city on absolutely tiny objects. In his latest project, Kale has made incredibly lovely paintings on small pieces of food. The Turkish artist likes changing his canvases from a small pumpkin seed to a piece of chocolate. Not just that, Kale has also used half piece of almond, a slice of banana, onion peels and various other tiny food particles as his canvas. Kale takes around 3 to 4 days to complete his miniature paintings. As the paintings is done on very tiny food particles, Kale has to be very careful with his strokes. A single wrong stroke can spoil his entire painting. One of his latest paintings is the famous Galata Tower in his city, with Kale considering it to be a very important part of his life. The tower was painted on a small piece of coffee bean, and this is how he did it. Another masterpiece was a sailboat floating on the sea amid strong winds and the current of the sea waters painted on a slice of banana. As Kali's paintings are done on very tiny food particles, it becomes difficult to see it with our naked eyes. One has to take the help of magnifying glass to see the minute details of the painting. After making these masterpieces, Kale now aims at making a painting on a single strand of hair. Such is the love for Kale's painting that his miniature paintings have taken the art to an all-new level. No matter how much you love the food he uses as his canvas, the paintings on it will definitely make you forget its taste. A News9 report.